Hello, everyone. Glad to have you here at the Lighthouse Tapestry. We always look forward, to having you join us every Wednesday night. And so I want to introduce the group, wonderful women that they are, going around. Cherie.
Hello.
Okay, Dawn. Wendy.
Hello.
Ruby. And Michelle.
Hello.
And I'm Ron. And again, welcome to our session tonight. I mean, we're glad to have you. And I want to make a special announcement in that next week, we're going to be having a special, it's a new moon ritual, and it's going to be on Tuesday evening versus our Wednesday night at all. And I believe the time is going to be the same. Is that correct? Okay, very good. I see all those nodding heads. Okay, well, thanks very much. And I'm going to pass off the clearing now to Michelle.
Perfect. Thanks, Ron. Okay, so today we're going to start with getting into a comfortable position and taking 3 clearing breaths. Take a slow, deep breath in through your nose, hold, and gently exhale through your mouth. Again, in through your nose and out through your mouth. One last time. Breathe in deeply through your nose and out through your mouth. Allow your body to settle in. Feel the chair beneath you, the floor supporting you, the earth holding you. With your next breath, focus on the base of your spine, your root chakra. Imagine roots gently extending from your root chakra, down your legs, into your feet, and through the soles of your feet, traveling deep into the soil of the earth, connecting you to Mother Gaia. These roots anchor you into a state of stability and calmness. Pause here for a moment. You are supported. You are held. You are safe. Now bring your awareness to your heart center. Breathe softly into your heart and invite a feeling of peace to wash through your chest, your shoulders, your neck, and your jaw. As you exhale, release any tension, urgency, or heaviness that you've been carrying. Release anything that no longer serves your highest good. This is gently dissolving. Silently or aloud affirm, I choose peace. I choose calm. I choose presence. Now imagine something small and joyful. Joy does not need to be loud. Joy can be soft. Imagine a beautiful, gentle golden light surrounding your body, clearing away old worries and emotional residue. Affirm, I release what no longer serves me. I make space for peace and clarity. Visualize a calm path unfolding before you. This is your spiritual path. Affirm, I am grounded. I am guided. I walk my path with ease and grace. Take one final breath in and slowly exhale. When you are ready, slowly start moving your fingers and toes, coming back to the sacred space, and open your eyes. And at this time, I'd like to turn over to Dawn for her astrology update.
Hello, everyone. Has everybody been feeling the energy of Uranus this week? Because it has been pretty strong with a lot of people, and it will be increasing in its strength, actually. And one of the things I want to do is I'm going to bring up to the stage the eclipse energies that are going to be happening next Tuesday when we meet at 8 p.m. on Tuesday. So that energy is the eclipse energy is very much about, any eclipses are about karmic and destined events happening in our lives to put us back on our path or give us a leap forward on our path if we are already on that road. And it's about new gifts opening up. I think that there are going to be a lot of new gifts opening up for people. And I do want to just make this a little bit bigger so they can kind of see what's going on and who are the big characters that are happening right now. We, of course, have Uranus. Uranus is at 27 degrees. We will have the sun in a square to Uranus when we have the eclipse happening. But before that, on the 15th, and when it does the perfected square at 27, we will feel that energy very strongly. And even before then, because the sun will, of course, be approaching. So even now when the sun's at like 23 degrees and is moving forward, we're going to be feeling that energy of the unexpected. And the sun has a tendency to break things open, to shine a light, to make crystal clarity. And Uranus is always the unexpected. So it's always that way of making it happen in a way that no one is expecting. We also have to take a look at what Mercury is doing. Mercury is now entered Pisces and is in its shadow and will be starting in its shadow tomorrow, meaning that anything you have coming up in the next 2 weeks, you will get the feeling of that is going to be revisited. So this is that area of the chart. If Mercury is, if you are like a Virgo or if you have a Virgo sun or a Gemini sun or ascendant or any personal planets in that sign, this affects you. This, you can feel this energy, and it'll be something that you're working on that you may have to go back and redo. But at this point, you're just starting to work on something. You're working on something before you get a chance to, like, okay, this is what I've decided. And then at the end of February, it'll be like, oh no, I want to rewrite this. I want to completely change this. And then I'm going to make it better as it moves forward. So really, Mercury is going to be spending a long time in Pisces. So with this Taurus Uranus energy and the square to the eclipse, we are going to be seeing brand new things beginning. We both have Saturn and Neptune at 0 degrees of Aries, the very, very first sign of the zodiac. And we will have Urania join them, which is the goddess of astrology. So there is a lot of energy coming towards everyone. I would say watch for what's at 8 degrees of the, around this 8-degree area of the chart for things that are in Pisces, Gemini, Virgo, and what's the last? Sagittarius. So you have anything around that 8 degrees, and I would go 4 degrees either direction. You're going to be having Venus and the North Node and Nyx, the daughter of chaos, talking to your chart. And to me, it's actually a very, very good thing, because this is the North Node, this is Venus, and Venus is in her exaltation here in Pisces, right? So to me, that's a very good energy. And then you have this energy that we've been having all along at this 28 degrees, the end degrees of the fixed signs. Now, I expect more earthquakes because we have Uranus is going to be in a square to this new moon, and Uranus is in Taurus. That can indicate earthquakes. So it's that extra strong energy that's happening out there. And this would be for areas of the fixed signs. So that's Aquarius, that's Leo, that is Scorpio, and also that is Taurus. So those are the degrees that I would pay attention to. The very, very beginning degrees, maybe, because this is at 28. So I'd go up to about 3 here, and then I'd go back, like I said, 4 or 5 degrees in the other direction from an eclipse. Eclipses actually have a lot more strength in that than just a regular new moon. They are, I would say, anything within 10 degrees of an eclipse. But if you have something 5 degrees or closer and it's either being squared by the eclipse or opposite the eclipse or conjunct the eclipse, you will feel this. You will feel this energy. So that's the energy that I want to give everybody. It's a brand new start. It's the old breaking down. Aquarius is very about new and technology, and things are going to be speeding up. Basically, it's kind of already started. Things are going to be moving so much faster. In this next 3 weeks, we're going to have the solar eclipse. Then we're going to have the conjunction of these two planets. And then we're also going to have a lunar eclipse that's going to be taking place full moon in Virgo. So we're going to have the sun here, and that'll be March 3rd, and the moon here at 12 degrees. So that is the energies that are coming up. And the node doesn't change signs for 8 weeks. It stays at this 8-degree point. And because, and I'm just going to give you a heads up on that, when we do have, let me take that down. When we do have the Mercury retrograde happening, Mercury is very much talking to Venus, just like, remember when back in Scorpio when Mercury was retrograde, and it was with Venus? Mercury waits until Venus reaches it at 22 degrees before it goes back to 8 degrees, where Venus was and the North Node and Nix all were. So this is a very karmic Venus strong Mercury that is doing this retrograde. And I think it's also in a spiritual area of the signs. So take a look where that house is for you in your chart. And that is, I think, really what you want to focus on for yourself. I think it's a great opportunity for you to move forward. Things are going to be opening up for people. But I will say chaos is on the North Node with Venus. So I would say we are going to see people speaking out. And I think we have to be part of the energy of standing back. One of the things that's also showing up is Pallas Athena, who is very smart. It's like, hold back for now. Before you act, think about what you're doing. I would say that because Uranus is so strong in this chart, and Uranus is always the unexpected. And so you have to allow plenty of space for you to have maneuverability. So that's what I would say is allow yourself space, allow yourself calm, make sure you're doing a grounding practice. It's very important. And that can be in a number of ways. It can be walking in nature. No, that's a great one. It can be swimming. It can be candle gazing. It can be any of those things. There's lots of things out there that you can try and do. And I think with that, we can also realize that this is a brand new beginning for everyone. And we will have a 28-degree new moon in Pisces in a month coming up, kind of finishing out this 6-month-long 28-degree new moon. So it's basically touched anybody that has anything in the late degrees. You've been experiencing this for the past 6 months in one way or another. And I'm sure you all have stories because Uranus has also been in the late degrees. So there's many unexpected things that probably came up. And you have to adjust. It's like, it's not like you were given a choice. Not with Uranus. It's the tower. This is the universe getting us out of our comfort zone. Very much that energy. And it doesn't have to be bad. Mercury is our communication, and Uranus is that higher level. Also, it's galactic communication. It's, electricity. It's all of these very, yes, we all use electricity, but how much do we really know about it? How much do we really control it? So there's a lot that we're looking at with the astrology. So take a look at those areas of the numbers in your chart. And I think you'll find that you can utilize that energy. And that's what we hope to do on Tuesday. So again, Tuesday, 8 p.m., we're going to do a live intention setting on Tuesday, and in place of what our normal Wednesday is. So we won't be here Wednesday live, but we will be there on Tuesday on the day of the eclipse, ready to get that energy basically lined up for where we would like it to go. And hope for the best because Uranus is involved. So intentions are always a good thing to have during this time. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Sari, who's going to be drawing the first card for the collective.
All right. Thank you, Dawn. That was really very in-depth and very informative. And I think one of the things, Dawn, that you did say was this was also a week where we are still clearing out a lot of clutter, and that as the eclipse energy comes in, things are going to start speeding up even more. So our focus this week should be on just continuing that healing and cleansing and clearing out the old. So the question that we have during this week and going into the eclipse for early next week, what is breaking free? So we're going to do a round of collective messages, and then we're going to start with the individual card pulls. So for those of you who put your heart in the chat, we will do as best we can to get to as many of you as possible. So the first message is from the Talisman Oracle this evening. So what's breaking free for the collective is passion. And I think it's fair to say that many of us have felt like we're just spending so much time playing cleanup, and that it's hard to find passion because we haven't necessarily been sure where we were going. And you can see this card that has the deer on it with the antlers with the heart at the top. And it basically says, allow your passion to rise up. Sometimes we try to suppress our desires to fit the social expectations and norms, but we can use this powerful force to thrive in a personal or professional matter. Our passion for life is immense because it comes from a place of love. This feeling is the ultimate and most powerful energy that we can emit. Be passionate about what you do and believe. Do not carry out decisions based on fear, guilt, or shame. That state of mind can only bring the same type of negative feelings and energy back to you. So I think the first message of what we're breaking free of is maybe old patterns where we felt stuck, where we felt no passion and we weren't exactly sure our direction. And I think, Dawn, the astrology has pretty much said we are breaking free of all that old stuff. And so once we do, I think there's an opportunity to feel purpose and passion for our direction. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Ruby.
Wow. Yeah, I have a very similar card, but in the opposite direction. So my card is from the Divine Circus Oracle card deck, and this is called the Juggler. So this is all that cleanup energy that Sari was just talking about. So this says, you are capable of many things, and you are too important an asset to the plan of love on this planet to be left idle. So life, the universe, and your own creative urges will ask a lot of you. There will be many inspirations, ideas, and dreams that you will yearn to bring to life in the world. You might wonder if it's all a bit too much for any one person to handle. You might feel you are juggling so much already that if even one more demand or idea comes through, you'll drop the balls that are already in the air and the whole damn thing will come undone. The juggler is the master multitasker. He brings the skills, wisdom, and tricks you need to not only successfully bring to life all your current dreams and ideals, but to be open to even more flowing through you. How can you do this without getting overwhelmed? How can you do this without becoming drained or exhausted? How can you do this without getting stuck in fantasy and failing to really launch, ground, and build each idea in the physical world? Going through the rigors of taking a dream and turning it into a reality. He has the inside track. He knows 3 tricks on how to make this work. First, if you're overwhelmed, you are letting yourself get ahead of yourself, allowing your mind to move too far into the future. Bring it back to now, to just what can be done in this present moment. Let tomorrow take care of itself. Second, prioritize what you need to do most today and what can be left until later. And thirdly, remember, the Divine Circus is a troupe, a group filled with solo performers, but it is with their efforts combined that magic is created. So ask for help and remember that your individual success is actually part of the greater group success. The universe wants you to succeed. It will keep an eye on the pots on the boil whilst you stir the one that is bubbling over now. The juggler lets you know that you are going to manage all that is going on in your life if you remember to stay present and relax, deal with what is immediately happening, and not worry about the other distractions. The more you do this, the more your juggling skills will improve. You'll not only handle all that's currently going on, but when another opportunity heads your way, you'll add it to the mix with grace rather than ending up with egg all over your face. But I think when it comes to this particular energy, when I pulled this card, I got things might come undone. Okay. And so I think the reminder right now, because the balls might be falling, that might be what's breaking free here. And we have to understand that it's all in our best and highest good, no matter what happens. Okay. And then what, this card is saying is to try to remember those three things. Bring it back to right now, prioritize, and then ask for help from other people. And so with that, I'm going to turn it over to Wendy.
Thanks, Ruby. I really liked that, the juggling. Okay, so I pulled a card from the Cosmic Journey Oracle. And this is one I had never pulled before. And so it's pretty cool for me anyway. So every cycle is a higher opportunity. This is a 13 card. So we're looking at a 4. And for me, 4s are all about stability. Okay. Let me read the excerpt first. So each and every turn in the cycle of life is a new way of coming back to your truest essence, the one you've always held sacred. This is your cosmic blueprint, being expressed more fully and wisely with each turn of the spiral. You keep coming back to the same things you've always loved, but with new insights and experiences. There are cycles within cycles within cycles in all of nature. If you bring awareness to your life, you will find patterns. Patterns of when to plant seeds and when to harvest ideas. Where is the pattern in this current situation? The clues were always there. What you loved as a child is typically your deepest soul level expression. Now, with new eyes, skills, talents, and resources, you can bring this to life in a whole new way. And it doesn't have to be just one thing, because your unique genius is a perfect combination of everything that makes up you. What this really makes me think of is you're kind of starting to set a new foundation moving forward. So yes, sometimes we circle back to things so that we can have a shift in perspective, see things differently, view it through a different lens, because we've had experience and we often kind of learn some of the similar lessons over and over. Maybe they've just tweaked a little bit. It can be really nuanced because we weren't ready to see it in that way before. We also are learning what we need to let go of, right? And release and not carry forward with us. And then new things are going to start also being introduced. Always important to come back around to, yes, what is your kind of your core values? What drives you? What are your passions? What are those things that make your experience here worthwhile? What is it that, really drives you? So again, I really feel like building that foundation, kind of setting a new foundation for yourself moving forward, something that feels like you've kind of leveled up a little bit, right? Because it says every cycle is a higher opportunity. That's every cycle you go through, you should be having growth and kind of, moving up and kind of leveling up in your own journey, right? So it never really ends your journey. It just keeps going, but you just keep kind of leveling up and leveling up and leveling up. So I think it's important to kind of keep that in mind. So even if you're not quite maybe where you wanted to be in your journey, or you feel like you should be, don't be afraid to kind of take stock and remember where you've been, because you've come a lot farther, I would be willing to bet, than you think you have. And you all right, like I said, you're nowhere near the end. So there's always room to keep growing and keep going and keep learning. So please bear that in mind. I'm going to go ahead and pass over to Ron.
Wow, thank you, Wendy. That was a wonderful reading. That's a beautiful card. I talked to you about that one for hours. I pulled from the Cosmic Oracle, and I pulled the card that says New Chapter. And of course, you've been hearing that everything is breaking loose and everything is telling you to be ready for things. And so, New Chapter, what it says is that the inner change and transformation has been occurring within you. Your soul now yearns to take that next step, a leap of faith into the unknown. A new chapter waits with new opportunities and adventures. Your heart has been nudging you forward for some time now, but the cautious mind has kept you at bay. Don't let fears of the unknown hold you back in a place that offers no growth. More than anything, your soul longs to grow and evolve. Just like Wendy's saying, you always are growing and evolving just by your experiences. More than anything, your soul longs to grow and evolve. As I said, staying where you are does not give you the room to soar to new heights of spiritual awareness and full consciousness. This part of the journey can be quite difficult, not only for you, but for those around you. Go through the process. Honor your feelings and the feelings of those involved, but don't stay in the state of discontent. Honor this period, but move through it with courage, strength, and determination. Breathe deep and release all fears, doubts, and concerns. Follow your heart, listen to your intuition and guidance, and believe in yourself. Don't trouble yourself with the opinion and expectations of others. This is your life, and you know what is truly best for you. Although you can't see it, your next chapter brings wondrous lessons for the growth that is needed for your soul. Be true to yourself always, and trust that the Spirit will guide your way. Take some time and reflect on nature's wisdom to guide you through this period. Rest assured that smooth roads are ahead. And of course, I have to remind you, you are source. You can do whatever you want, whenever you want. And so I'm going to pass that on to Michelle.
Perfect. Thanks, Ron. Hi, everyone. So when asking the question of what is breaking free in our lives, I pulled from the Magical Mermaids and Dolphins deck. And the card that I pulled, which is perfectly in line with the last two, with both Wendy and Ron's, is Time to Move On. So perfectly in line with Wendy's discussion about the cycles and Ron about the new chapter, time to move on. And the message coming through very clearly is it's time to let go of the old and worn out so that the new can come in. So I just love when all of our messages are so synced up so beautifully. And the deeper message says that by drawing this card, you're alerted to the fact that you need to make room for the new by letting go of the old. First, let go emotionally and intellectually. In other words, quit or say goodbye in your mind and heart. Once you do this, the physical letting go will happen naturally in a peaceful and harmonious way. Ask heaven to help you make this transition, and don't try to plan or worry about how it's going to look like, how your letting go or replacement will occur. Put all of your energy into prayer and faith and leave the rest up to the infinite spirit. You'll get definite guidance whenever it's the right moment to take action. Until then, stay lovingly detached from your old situation. So we're being called by Spirit that it's time to let go of all those old things that no longer serve us anymore. Sometimes, we hold on to things too long that's that are comfortable in our lives, that make us feel safe because it's what we're familiar with, but that can also make your energy get very stuck when you hold on tightly to something that's not working anymore. So you're being asked to have that strength to move on and free up that thing that no longer works, because there's beautiful new things coming in. There's new ideas, new opportunities, new people to meet. So I just love that message. So by clearing out, you will open up to beautiful new opportunities. And with that, I would like to turn it over to Dawn.
Hello, I am drawing for the first time from the voice of the oracles, and I had 2 cards pop out, and they were perfect, of course. And I also got a little message when I read some of the information that it gave us. So I'm going to start with this one. This is karmic message. This is a number 37 card, adds to a 10. So this card is here to help you connect to your psychic abilities. Yes. Take a moment to visualize it. You are invited to receive a karmic message from your soul, your spirit guides, or an entity. Now, Mercury is very much about communication and how we think, and Uranus is the higher octave or several higher octaves of Mercury. And you can and will be receiving messages, very karmic messages, because we are talking about Uranus is ruling this eclipse. So if you think, oh, I wonder if that was a message from so-and-so, was it from my grandmother, or was it from this, or was, yes, I will tell you right now, yes, it was. It definitely was. They're trying to like get messages across to you. It's a very strong time for people being able to do that. So right away I can say, yes, we're crossing the veil here. We're being able to, ask our guides more information, get more guidance. You have to just open up to that information. And we do also have the other thing that came out. They both came out together. So I was kind of laughing because this one says communication, of course, number 10 card. So the other one added to a 10 and this added to a 10. And this is a message from your soul. To talk to me, you need to talk to yourself. The time has come. I know you have trouble expressing what you want and feel in words. You need to listen to yourself, letting important things rise to the surface of your awareness. Deep down, you know what lies dormant, but part of you feels unable to hear. You are afraid of pain, suffering, or disappointment. This is why we're getting a Uranus square the eclipse, and it's running the eclipse. This is meant to bust us out of stuck energy. Everybody is going to have changes. Everyone. This is an eclipse, but it's going to be for your greatest and highest good. It may look messy at first. Towers often do, but you are going to find that in the end, it was the best thing that happened to you because it pushed you in a direction that you wouldn't have gone on your own, or made you do something sooner rather than later. So with that, I will return it over to Siri. Sorry, Siri.
Sorry,
Siri all day.
I get called a little bit of everything, but it's actually Suri.
Okay.
I am reading for Cherry Blossom, and she is Erica. And Erica, it's very nice to have you on the channel. And I pulled a message. So we asked the question for the collective, what is breaking free for the collective, but also what is breaking free for you? So the first card that I pulled, I just got a clarifier, but I pulled from the Dreamweaver's Oracle. And I actually think this is a message for probably all of us. It says, when you're neither here nor there. And they describe this, and it's very much like the analogy of we've been in this energy of being, our one foot is on the boat dock and the other foot is on the boat. And we've been able to navigate by being in both worlds at the same time. But all these energy shifts are forcing all of us to make the choice. Do we want to move towards love and harmony and peace and compassion, or do we want to choose the old world, which Michelle referenced? It's safe, it's easier, but it is more of what we've experienced, which is more around chaos and anger and control and a lot of fear. And so this is kind of a weird time, but we've had to learn to navigate. So, Erica, I think this message for you is you may have felt this uncomfortable in between energy where you're not quite there, but you quite haven't left the old world. So you're jumping in the boat, but yet you still have one foot on the dock, cleaning up some stuff. But I asked for a clarifier, and I pulled from the Talisman Oracle again, and I got confidence. And this has got a beautiful bumblebee on it. And it says, the queen bee shows up in your reading to remind you of your stamina and strength and the vital role that you play in your life as well as someone else's. You are completely and utterly unique, and your confidence and self-esteem are what makes you influential. You've been chosen for your part because you have all that it takes to lead the way. So I think if there's any hesitation, Erica, about choosing your path and jumping in the boat with a full passion and going for it, this is Spirit's message to you. It's okay that you've been uncomfortable and that we've been managing two worlds, but it's time to jump into the boat with confidence, and you are leading the way, and let your heart guide you. But it's a beautiful card and a message that should give you confidence in just ease and grace that you're on the right path. And I hope that helps. And thank you for joining us this evening. And I will pass this on to Ruby.
All right. Thanks, Suri. All right. So I'm going to be reading for Tony. And Tony, the card I got for you, it's the same deck with the Divine Circus Oracle, is the Gypsy Columbine. And the first thing I noticed when I pulled this one was how she was dressed in the picture, how she's got all these really vibrant colors on, and she's got some really heavy makeup on and stuff, like she wants to be noticed, but she has her heart chakra covered here. It's almost like I don't know if I'm really ready, or if I don't really know if I want to be seen, right? So this says, the free spirit in you is rewilding yourself, shedding social conditioning and past patterns of behavior. It's shaking off socialization and emerging anew like a snake shedding a skin. The wild one within isn't a savage. It is raw, yes, but also wise, authentic, beautiful, and with a deep instinctive knowing as to what you must be. Can a bird ever really truly be happy while trying to be a fish? True freedom is to be truthfully yourself. So politeness and people pleasing, not out of respect, but out of fear, you will otherwise be rejected, is a form of social conditioning that dulls the wild one within. If you reject that conditioning in favor of rewilding, of getting in touch with your true instincts and nature, you will exchange lukewarm tolerance from others for their passionate admiration and love. And for those that cannot love you, they are afraid of how much life is in you, then let them be, because they don't belong in your world, nor you in theirs. The jungle of life is a vibrant, colorful, and exciting place, but not everyone is ready to live there yet. That is just the way of things sometimes. So the message is, it's now time to let yourself off the hook, to forgive and forget, to allow what's been to have been and to start again. No regrets, no fear, no doubt. It's time to heed the call of the wild and ask yourself, what would set my spirit free? So I think it's very much like Suri's message, in that I think there's people in your life that are going to be staying behind, and it's okay to let those things go. And it's okay to be totally you, 100% you, raw and beautiful, because you have this knowing of who you are meant to be, and your tribe is going to find you. So it's okay if you have to let go of that. You don't need to stay on the dock with those people. It's okay to trust that you'll find the new ones. And you're going to be starting again with your new wild self with no regrets. Okay, so I hope that resonated. And I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Wendy.
All right, so let me see. I am going to read for Kivi. And I pulled a card from the Starseed Oracle. And I got Hiraeth. And if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly, I apologize. But it is a Welsh word that is somewhat difficult to say and difficult to translate, but it refers to a certain longing or homesickness, a yearning for a home or a place to which we cannot return. This unexplainable, unshakable longing for home is common in starseeds and old souls. Perhaps you've had it since birth. For some, it's a distant memory of a planet, galaxy, or star system in the universe that their soul remembers and yearns to return to, a place they may have experienced more than Earth. For others, it's a longing for the unity of Source, a remembering of interconnected oneness. This yearning can lead some starseeds to travel, searching all corners of the planet to find a physical place that feels more like home. For others, it can manifest as a need to find home in people, communities, and relationships. A journey to find somewhere they truly belong. If you resonate with this yearning for home, but don't really know where home is, you're being invited to remember that your soul chose to be here on Earth. You're being called to fully commit to embodying your life. You're being reassured that you didn't come here alone and that your soul consciously decided to experience what it's like to be a soul in a human body on this planet at this time. You're being called to anchor all of your presence, your personality, your soul, and your spirit in the here and now, to fully commit to living this life right now, to commit to putting 2 feet completely in. Jumping all in, baby, just like the fool, right? I would say that applies to everyone here. We've all chosen to be here, and quite honestly, we have these difficulties and things to face because that creates growth, and our soul chose a path that wanted growth so that we could grow and experience and elevate ourselves and move forward on our journey, on our soul's journey, right? So I would say that it resonates really well for myself. I would imagine for many of you as well. We are all being asked, and you especially here, Kiving, since this was for you, to really just fully commit to being here. It's about the experience. Whether you know it or not, you chose to be here, and see where the ride takes you. All right. I hope that resonates for you, and I'm going to go ahead and pass on to Ron.
Wow, another great reading. I tell you what, I can hardly stand it. The book that I pulled from is the Dream Weaver's Oracle. And I pulled the card before I knew who I was reading for, because I thought, I'm going to pull it for whoever, and whoever shows up. And I had to laugh. Who am I reading for? Hello, Shirley. And the card that I pulled for you is When the Ones You Need Fly Close. I think you're going to love this. There are moments in life where you recognize the soul family you've chosen to experience life with. Often they feel so familiar. It's like you've traveled with them before. Some stay for a lifetime. You might find a true partner to commit to, or a friendship that you grow old with through thick and thin. Some come into your life with wild passion, causing you to fall madly in love and think you have found the one true partner. When this type of relationship doesn't last, you end up heartbroken and confused. These situations are potent invitations to discover your patterns so you can heal and become more expanded, a healthier version of yourself. Don't withdraw and simply blame the others for your pain, no matter the outcome or the period of time it lasts. Your connections are all meaningful. It's how we all learn and grow. It's how we find courage to be intimate, to change, and to discover who we really are. Right now, be grateful for the beautiful connections you have made in this journey called life. The universe knows the dream weavers pulled the threads of fate to draw you together to explore what it means to be human, to have a heart, and to know love in all of its forms. When the ones you need fly close, it's a reminder that love is here for you. Be grateful for the people in your life who make you feel safe and seen and whom you can laugh with right now. They are all emissaries of the divine. And a message goes to all of us, all right? Enjoy life while you can and take the experiences, and pain is a growth catalyst, I assure you. Okay, and with that, I get to pass it on to Michelle.
Beautiful. Thank you, Ron. Really good message for all of us. And I have the pleasure of reading, my first reading today is for MC at Red Ribbons. And I have pulled from the Healing with the Angels deck. And the card that I chose for you, MC, is the card of Harmony. And the message for the Harmony card is that conflict is resolved in a situation that was troubling you. Know that you deserve this peace and happiness and accept it graciously. Beloved child of God, you are a peace lover at heart. This card comes to you as a sign of new harmony that dawns upon you. Let go of viewing the situation as troubled and see yourself and others through the eyes of your guardian angels. In this way, you'll look past the surface and see the beauty and light that eternally shines within everyone. By shifting your viewpoint to the angelic perspective, you become an earth angel, holding an elevated viewpoint sparks miraculous healings in all of your relationships. Conflict drops away, revealing the clean and new truth about everyone and everything. So what a beautiful message that is. So you're being called to know in your heart that just look to the angels for guidance and support, because your conflict's already resolved, and just try to find the peace in the situation. And by changing your viewpoint and trying to see the good and light in everyone, then the situation becomes magically resolved. And I thought it was interesting in the message that it referred to, turning to your guardian angels to know that they're with you, supporting you in this change. Because when I pulled this card also came out with it, and it's literally guardian angel. And you can see the young woman's troubles on the stairs, and her guardian angel is just within an arm's reach, saying that I'm here for you. I'm helping you through this difficult situation, and it's going to resolve peacefully. And you're going to very soon return to that state of harmony, balance, and peace. So just have faith that that's coming for you. And with that, I'll be turning it over to Dawn.
Hello, and this is where I give my monthly lecture to Cancers and Libras and Virgos. That because I saw we have someone out here. I'm actually reading for for Angela, and she has a lot of things in Cancer. How you are getting out of bed with Jupiter there is beyond me. So I will say that I have a Cancer sun, and Jupiter can make things more emotional in a water sign. And if it's obviously your first house because your ascendant is there, there's a lot going on for you in your personal life. So for Libras, Virgos, and Cancers, any placements, you need to stop being a people pleaser. You are the best friend in the world. No one ever returns that to you. You are the problem solver. You are the fixer. And you have more important things to do right now. It is definitely a time for you to realize that there are big changes that are meant to take you forward. And what is going to be happening, because I just mentioned in the messages there that things that are in Capricorn and Cancer, those are cardinal signs. And in Libra and Aries, we are going to have Saturn and Neptune moving through that area of the chart. The beginning of the cardinal signs, 1 degree either side of 0 in the cardinal signs, are world points. There are things that are going to be coming up in the world in a big way. It may not happen all at once. There's things that are going to be happening later in the year on a world level, but it also is going to be affecting you for the next 2.5 years, especially with Saturn going through there. And Saturn is going to be in either a square or an opposition to the cardinal signs. Most people will realize that Saturn is Santa Claus. Saturn makes you behave, work hard. And if you do, then you get a reward at Christmas a long time away from now, 2.5 years when it's Saturn. And if you're bad, Saturn will come back and bring karma. Saturn is karma. So people that have difficult or any kind of transits with Saturn will say, have you been doing things the right way? And that's going to be coming up for people. So this is an opportunity to have Saturn help you build. And Saturn is great for those little things every day, those little bit of things every day. So now I will stop with the astrology, but I felt that's super important for everybody out there. Anything in the cardinal signs is going to be touched by that energy. So you actually, though, have a very nice card for you. This is Wish Upon a Star. And one of the downloads I got was like, and make it your wish, something for you, something that you truly want, something that isn't about somebody else. It needs to be about you. Do you believe your dreams can come true? Or do you just think, oh, no, I don't think that's going to happen? What if you could trust that the world around you hold promise that you have not yet realized? The point of it all maybe is not how something can happen, but the power of wishing and intending it, which is very much what's going to be happening next Tuesday. So this is the star card. This is wish granted card. This is Aquarius energy. So this is really saying to me that the Aquarius energy of this new moon is a big starting point for you. I'm firmly convinced that this card came up for that reason. And I think you need to realize that other people don't hold you in high value because you don't hold yourself in high value. And that's one of the things that needs to change. So you are going to have great opportunities, but you're going to be pushed out of your comfort zone. And I think being open to that, being aware that it is going to happen, it's like, oh, no, I'm just going to sit this one out. No one gets to sit this eclipse out. You will be affected by it because it'll be something that starts a brand new cycle. We have things that are already going to be at 0 degrees of Aries on this eclipse. You will feel that energy and you can run with it. You can have whatever you want. You just have, it's about you valuing yourself. That's what I'm getting. And go back to that inner child energy. Cancers know all about the inner child. You need to nurture yourself. So go back in and use that energy for yourself. All this love that you give to everyone else, you need to go back and give to yourself because you can, you'll never run out of love, but you'll run out of energy. So I wanted to just really stress that to everyone out there that, really you need to do a lot of self-care, and manifestation is getting more and more possible. And I'm sure Ron would back me up on that. Like, we're all source. We can make things happen. We truly can. So with that, we're going to go back to Sari.
All right. Thank you, Dawn. Great card for us all. I'm reading for Erica 2. So Erica 1111, and I pulled from the All-Seeing Heart, and this is a beautiful message, and I think it's completely consistent with what we've been saying. It's all about letting go. And it says, release what no longer serves your highest good without any guilt and reclaim those lost parts of yourself with renewed love. So I think there's something for all of us here around take the time to continue to clear it out, let it go. And Erica, I've actually asked for a clarifier from healing the inner child. I said, well, what are you letting go of? And I got the card entanglement. And this is very ancestral. And this is entanglement from our ancestors. And it says, we are born into a story that is already being told and has been told over many generations. We must untangle the threads that keep us bound to the limitations of this story in order to step into our lives as who we are as souls. So again, I think this week, what I'm getting for you is do the work to let go, but there may be some ancestral patterns, Erica, that feed a story or a narrative of who they told you you were, and that is no longer true. So take the time this week to clear that energy so that you will be fresh for this new moon intention setting for next week and the energy of the eclipse. And it's a beautiful message. And I think that's actually for all of us. It's a great thing that we should all be doing this week. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Ruby. Thank you, Erica.
Okay, I'm going to be reading for Deborah. So Deborah, I was called to pull from the Shaman's Dream Oracle for you. And your message is just real crystal clear. It's called a closing door completion. So you're one of the people that is having a completion energy that's going to be coming in for you. So this is about endings and completion and your greater calling. So it says, when the closing door shows up, it's a call to recognize an ending, to terminate a relationship, job, task, or situation that has been dragging on far too long. Unlock the cage you have been trapped in and shut the door behind you. This is not the time to worry about what others might think or feel. Instead, break with routine, consider what you think and how you feel, and be true to your heart's calling. So it's time to walk out the door. If you do not see a door, but only a solid wall in front of you, ask for assistance. Muster the courage to say, no more. Remember as well that no one else needs to be wrong in order for you to do what you've known you've needed to do for a long time. If the door to a project or a relationship has been closed on you, stop knocking on it. You've already tried that already, and no one answered, at least not in the way you would have liked. Take this as a gift. A difficult and painful gift. It's time to move on. Every door that shuts is an invitation to find another way, another path to your destination. Better to recognize this earlier rather than later. How many of us leave a relationship or job years after we knew it was time to move on? So stop wallowing in the pain and lingering on the reasons why things did not work. It's keeping you from your greater calling. Bow deeply before the closed door. Give thanks to the lessons and set yourself free. Okay, so I went ahead and pulled a clarifier card, and I had two come out at the same time. I usually get jumpers. And this is from just the Spiritual Journey Oracles. And I asked, what is it that you are closing the door on? And it was real clear again. You're being liberated from energetic cords. Okay. So it's talking about breaking the chains of restriction and impediments, and it's about a freedom of choice and clearing your aura of unwanted attachments, memories, or unhealthy energy. So it may not be a person, may not be something tangible. It could also be releasing memories or unhealthy energies so that you can release and you can renew. But whatever this is about, it's something that you've already known for a while that you needed to let go of. You just haven't actually done it yet. Okay, so with that, I'm going to turn it over to Michelle.
Perfect. Thank you, Ruby. Okay, so I am going to be reading for Peggy Collins. And the deck that I pulled from was the Mermaids and Dolphins. I felt called to go back to this deck again. And the card that I chose for you, Peggy, is the card of empowerment. Beautiful card. And the message is you're more powerful than you realize. It's safe for you to be powerful. This card confirms that your inner power wants to surface. You'll use this power appropriately, and you're incapable of abusing it. Your true friends and the people who really love you will be happy that you've taken your power back. Empowerment means that you're no longer willing to see yourself as a victim in any way, and means letting go of all blame with respect to other people, past conditions, or present circumstances. Know that you can be powerful and gentle simultaneously and still be very effective. They're giving a wonderful affirmation for you to say frequently. It's safe for me to be powerful. I accept my God-given power to be used in the service of light and love. Then enjoy the shifts you see around you. Instead of worrying what others think about you, use your power to make the world a better place. You may never feel self-conscious again. What a beautiful message to give to you today, Peggy, about taking your power back. So important for all of us to stay grounded in our own power and to forgive others, let go of situations that cause you turmoil, and just let the light and love in to surround that. And you are very powerful indeed. So take your power back and stay strong and true to yourself. And with that, I am going to be turning it over to Wendy.
All right. Thanks, Michelle. So I know we're kind of running out of time. We're at the end of the hour here, but I'm going to put, I pulled a quick card for Misty. Misty, I pulled from the Enchanted Map Oracle, and you got the 6th card, Mountain. And I thought this was pretty interesting because a lot of times we think a mountain, it's going to be like this, insurmountable task that we have to face, right? So it's this obstacle, like a huge mountain that separates you from your success. So you might think like climbing it or chiseling away at it is the answer, but it says, why take such a treacherous, tedious approach? Be like the rivers that flow around mountains naturally. So you'll move past this obstacle relatively quickly if you choose the easy way around. Not the answer we usually get, right? So it's like, oh, don't go the easy way because you're just avoiding the hard task. Get through the hard task. Sometimes it's not your mountain. And that's what I'm getting is like, so every time you see something, it's not always, your mountain to figure out and get through. And sometimes we just need to, be able to kind of move around and bypass and get past these things because it might look like a major obstacle, but it's actually just kind of a minor inconvenience for us because this doesn't belong to you. It belongs to somebody else. They might be trying to put it in your path. Okay. Somebody might be trying to put their issues on you, but it's not yours. So feel free to walk around this one. I hope that resonates for you, Misty. And we're going to go ahead and close out. So I'm going to pass on to Ruby. Thanks.
All right. Thank you, everyone, so much for being here. We tried to fit everybody in that we could tonight. I want to thank the readers that were here tonight for everyone as well. Thank you all so much for being here. Just one final reminder, we're going to be having our time switch next week. It's not going to be on Wednesday when we have our live. It's going to be on Tuesday so that we can have the new moon celebration on the 17th at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So, and also guys, if you are interested in checking out our website, it is lighthouse-tapestry.com, and you can see everything that we have to offer there, including private readings. So make sure you guys check that out if you haven't already. So I hope everybody has a fantastic evening. We will see you all next time. Bye.